Hey guys, thanks for coming back. Welcome to episode 5 of Fake Nerds Watch. Fake Nerds Watch of Swamp Thing. Greatest television show of all time. Hashtag save it, please try.
Episode 5, Drive at Night.
Drive at Night, another Bruce Springsteen song.
I had to say it while I still remembered the title.
Yeah, so this is like the second or third episode named after a Bruce Springsteen song.
What was the first?
The
last one, Darkness at the Edge of Town.
Yes.
Okay, what's the second?
This one. Okay. I think maybe one of the other ones was
No, because you said third.
I might second or third.
Okay.
Multiple Springsteens going on in Swamp Thing. Hey guys, I'm Bayou Billy, also known as Rhinoleopolis. This is Swampy Sparkz, or just Sparkz. That was a coincidental thing. And this is Bayou Ben.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're the Bayou twins then.
Bayou boys. Yeah. That's Ben Magnet. Sparkz, Buddy, Rhinoleopolis.
You should have been Rotten Ryan.
Rotten Ryan. Just gonna edit that in right there. Hashtag say something. I'm
Click,
Rotten
clack.
Ryan.
Zip. There it is.
There it is. Editing's easy, guys.
I don't do that.
No, it's not.
Nope.
You ain't gonna do shit. I know you, Sparkz. You ain't gonna do shit.
Ryan debuting his first video with his new glasses.
Yeah.
What's up? I can't see.
Oh, Ryan. Wait, who's this? Yes.
What's up? Hey
oh,
guys.
there you are. Oh,
this
who
is
are
how
you?
Clark Kent must feel when he's Superman. What's up? So yeah, we're here talking about Swamp Thing again. Hey, spoilers, another great episode.
Yeah.
Maybe I think this is the best episode, maybe.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
it is.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
It's definitely the most stuffed. That what Sparkz was saying
Yes,
when we were watching.
but not in a bad way. Where like it all
last-
connects.
Like last episode, it was slow.
It was bottled.
Which is not bad. And it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
But it was slow-ish. It's kind of like Monster of the Week sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then this one is like, hey, we know how much you like the comics. Here's all the comic book references.
It's super juicy for comic book fans for many reasons.
Oh.
An incredible episode with only 3 scenes with Swamp Thing in them.
Yeah.
But they were kind of long, right?
No, they were very present.
I definitely felt him in this
But
episode.
my point being, like, he's not the only thing that makes the show good.
Yes.
And there's so much in this episode that is great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
To bullet point it, we got some Blue Devil.
Yes.
Yep.
We got some like confirmation of
We
Blue
got
Devil.
something from everybody.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We got something from literally everyone.
We got
Everybody's story progressed.
Ghost of Shawna, some spooky shit.
Mm-hmm.
We also got some Xanadu's shenanigans. Well, no. Okay,
Yes.
No?
Yeah. We got
Madam
Xanadu.
We got Xanadu shenanigans.
We found out stuff about her and her history with Abby. So, like,
Yeah.
there's everybody got
Yeah.
attention.
And what freaked Ryan out that had made Sparkz to have to rewind the damn thing earlier today.
Oh yeah.
The Phantom effing Stranger.
Yeah,
we
that's-
think.
No, it's
It's
absolutely the Phantom Stranger.
Oh,
yes.
man.
I had to do a double confirmation, but he's it's the Phantom Stranger in the credits.
It is for sure.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's,
Okay.
that's an indie actor. I forget his name, but he was in a movie called Blue Ruin. He's also director of it. Like, he's an indie darling. And he plays a Phantom Stranger almost exactly how I expected it. He's like. Oh my gosh, he's there to help you, but he's not going to tell you what you need. He's just here to be a helping hand. He's guiding you to where you need to be. He's like a guardian angel.
He infuriatingly speaks in riddles.
Yes.
That
But
jerk.
the thing he teaches Alec Swamp Thing about is his connection to the green, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
another monumental thing in this episode. Is
They say the green.
Yeah, it
That's
is-
all I wanted.
it's fully
he
connected.
says it's all connected to the green.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder's Swamp Thing run. We got Alan Moore's Swamp Thing run.
got
We
all
got
of it,
Len effing Wein. We got it all.
dude, it's
I mean, you're wearing the T-shirt, right?
Oh, I am.
Look at this sexy shirt that
Thank
it
you.
is.
Get it at swampthing.com. I don't know where I got it. I got it for Christmas. Yeah, it's again.
But we got it all.
Yeah,
we got it all.
They're intertwining every aspect of the character for the decades perfectly. And again, like, we only saw the Phantom Stranger for like 5 minutes, but it left such an impression on me. Just especially because I really like that actor and how just calm and cool he was. And like Swamp Thing's like, "You're not afraid of me," and he's like, "Do you have a reason for me to be afraid of you? Like, you've done nothing to scare me."
I love how he just shows up. Like the episode opens with him just driving up the swamp. Well, no, it doesn't open with that. It
Yeah.
opens with Swamp Thing looking at a marker,
yellow tag.
that he placed there when he was Alec Holland.
Yep.
And he has a memory.
Yeah, he has a memory of being Alec Holland, and then he hears this music. I thought it was just
Specifically talking about these are going to be big changes.
oh yeah,
For me.
yep.
And then
It's so sad.
Swamp Thing, after he has a memory, rips that yellow tag.
And
yeah.
he's in the same position. Alec Holland is like Alec Holland, a human in the
beautiful.
ground, and then it
Beautiful cut.
transitions, and he's Swamp Thing, and I'm like, man, the show's so good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then so this boat comes out just playing this oldie song, and obviously Swamp Thing's like, oh shit, I gotta
And he
get out
starts
of here.
to hide behind a tree like a scared cat. Yeah.
And the guy just rolls up or just like moseys on up on his boat, and he's like, hey, is this a good fishing spot?
He's like, yeah, are the fish biting out here? And Swamp Thing's like, are you talking to me? What?
And he's like, there's danger here. You should run. He's like, I don't see anything.
I don't see any danger.
You the danger? He's like, no. He's like, cool. You're not afraid? Should I? I mean,
It's something. Yeah, the fish are biting. I'm not.
And the thing that I like about him is that you're doing fine, like recapping it, but he's so even tempered. Yeah. Nothing is at an over energetic
calm
level.
as a
like
cucumber.
his version of what you're saying is basically just like, do I need to be afraid?
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
He's very like.
Is
very
this
monotone,
is this good for fishing?
Yeah.
I just want to know, man. That's the thing that's so solid about it.
Yeah.
Because
it leaves an impression very quickly.
Yeah, because this is a world where crazy shit's happening, you know, swamp monsters, ghosts, and this dude's just like completely unfazed. You're like, all right, something is really going on with this guy. And man, he gives us a line. What's the line directly is like,
I'm a stranger on a path. Maybe I'm a stranger on a path, a phantom from a dream.
Yeah, and that made me flip my shit.
Yeah, it did.
And I was just like, whoa, guys, then no way, right? And then we rewound it, and it was him. And then he's wearing the hat at the beginning, like a fedora, and I'm like, man, these sons of bitches. This is so good. They actually did it.
Phantom freaking
The Phantom Stranger in DC Comics is like an omnipotent, like basically like a guardian angel. Like he shows up and he's like, he helps you out. Like his powers aren't defined because he's like kind of like a cosmic god.
Yeah.
But he's like a helpful spirit. And he shows up in Alan Moore's Swamp Thing a lot. So it's just really cool to see all these ties. And if he never shows up again, that's fine. He did his job. He showed Alex connection to the green, and then he's just gone. And I'm like, that's so sweet, and like this chef kiss so much.
Like Alan, Swamp Thing finally connecting to the green and seeing Abby Arcane in the water when Shawna died. Mm-hmm. We finally get that riddle answered, like what really happened to
Swamp Thing says he's seen ghosts, but then Phantom Stranger's like, oh, that's what you think they are, but they're not ghosts. Like they're memories.
Yeah.
That's some shit, man.
Because we see all these see all these dead bodies in the swamp.
Oh,
they pilgrim.
Yeah.
It looked like a Civil War soldier at one
definitely
point.
A
bunch of different people.
Why are you showing me this?
Yeah, like who have died in a swamp? Because unfortunately, people die in swamps.
Yeah, there's a danger returning for someone you know, someone you care about.
Cough, cough at the rock.
And
cough.
And we see Swamp Thing seeing Abby when she was young, looking for Shawna.
Yeah, and then so all that stuff with Alec and a Phantom Stranger is super dope.
Oh man, so good.
So this transition, where do we go next? Do we go to is it Delroy's?
No, we went to Lady Cop.
Mama Cable.
No, not just Mama Cable. We get Avery on the phone with Mama Sunderland.
With Maria Sunderland. Talking about how Susie's at their house and she's acclimating
Susie's
great.
Fine, everything's going good. Avery says, "Oh yeah, he must have like given him some bullshit that he's on a business trip."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I'll be home or late."
He's thanking Maria for the money to help Dr. Woodrew's research because apparently
having Susie put her in a better mood.
Yeah, so she was like, "Okay, fine, take my family's money, whatever."
So the plan,
take my money. I have a surrogate daughter now.
Yeah, like stealing Susie away was the best thing for him because it's working. His plan's working.
But then, so two things happened. Like I want to say one right after the other. So Maria hangs up on her husband. She hears some spooky shit going on upstairs, and then she sees
she's hearing that while she's on the phone.
Oh yeah,
we stay with Avery before we go upstairs.
That's true, because when Avery, when they hang up, Mama Cable, Matt's mom, shows up like ready for some fun times, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Marie, who's hearing the creepy sounds coming from upstairs. Tries to find Susie. Susie's freaking out because she's seeing a ghost. Full Conjuring, by the way.
Full Conjuring.
Yeah. Full Conjuring.
Yeah, she's Maria asks who it is, and she says it's the girl from the pictures.
It's the angry girl.
Yeah.
From the pictures.
And then she's like, "Oh, you're just cold. I'm gonna go get some blankets. It's warm. I've had nightmares before, and the bed's completely made, and she's nowhere to be found."
Yeah.
Conjuring.
Yes.
Freaking Conjuring.
Yeah.
So then a whole bunch of water's coming out of the bathroom. Maria goes in, sees Shawna's spirit. She says, "You're going to replace me. I could never replace you."
Nope.
And we see that she's in Susie already.
She's got pissed. Was it you or
Last
you?
week I said, "Hey, maybe this is what's going to happen," but I didn't think it was going to be the next episode.
That's like the story of this show. It's like every week we're like, "Wow, they're not ballsy enough to do that, are they?" And then every week they just keep doing.
Also, I want to say, last week we were also talking about what's his name being the real Blue Devil.
Oh yeah, Ian Ziering. Yeah.
Yeah,
Blue
and then
Devil.
he's the real Blue Devil.
Yeah,
he is.
If there wasn't any confirmation last week, like he is bound by some spell, absolutely, in this town. He tries to leave, and his hand gets completely burnt in blue flame. He looks at the Blue Devil mask. He's like, "You were the worst thing that ever happened to me," and the mask glows. I'm like, man, this guy's gonna end up being a hero.
sometimes it feels like it's too exposition-y the way that he'll talk to like out loud when he's alone.
Yeah.
But it's also like he's just so erratic with it. I don't mind.
Yeah, there's almost like a camp factor to it that I appreciate.
Yeah.
It's like he's just talking his blue mask. Like it's so cheesy. It's so silly.
In some instances, he's talking to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still.
Oh, I love the effect of like when he's reaching out and he just hears a sound as he reaches and he's like, ah.
And then right when
he almost drove right through that barrier, burst into flame.
Boom. Yeah.
So he's been waiting for Abby, and he thought, like, I guess to save her. That's his mission.
Yeah.
His deal.
Oh, no.
And he thought saving her from Mrs. Cable was it, but it's not.
Oh, it ain't it.
He got burned
His mission is not over yet.
Nope.
Beric Dondarrion lives another day.
Yeah.
So the deal seems to have been related to having played the Blue Devil. Because he said playing you wasn't worth this.
Yeah. Like, he said that he made a deal. Yeah, so maybe like, he sold his soul to get Hollywood famous, and that backfired on him.
Probably.
So, something like that.
Or, alternatively, the outfit was cursed, and he played it, and then in order to relieve the curse, he had to make a deal.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that
could be either. Could be either with this show.
Absolutely, yeah. Either works, honestly, yeah.
But still, we got a very obscure DC character again in this show.
Yeah.
And it's great. We got Blue Devil, Phantom Stranger, Madame Xanadu.
Yeah.
Xanadu's getting a lot of play in this series. Blue Devil's getting a lot of...
they're all colliding towards something.
And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, I want to talk about real quick Mama Cable, and she's a trash person. Because she's sleeping with Avery, who's married. So, like, she's a homewrecker, and, like, that's not great.
Well,
everyone has a sad life, so I get needing comfort.
She does bring up, because he says, what got into you? And she says, after whatever happened to me last night.
Yeah.
Which was the darkness in her.
Yes.
The whole thing she had with Matt. That was pretty rough, and that kind of
it seems like
shook her into this, I need
changed
this.
her, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, into a more erratic person.
But then Avery... just being like, okay, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this. He's like, oh no, I wish I'd get into you more often because he loves it.
Yeah, he's digging this new wild.
He is.
He's so George W. Bush in the scene.
I do not.
He's got those squinty eyes.
But he doesn't like being called out for anything. So when she calls him out about Maria, he's like, thought that was off limits.
Yeah.
Don't point me out on being a bad person while I'm being a bad person.
And then he's telling her about, oh, I remember when I gave you that ring. That was the best day of my life. While he's still wearing his wedding ring. I'm like, ooh.
And you know what? There's something, like, actually, like sweet and romantic of, like... There's a possibility that they were the love of each other's lives and just things couldn't work out. So 20 years later, they're both bitter and sad about it.
It's Maria's money.
It's Maria's money, exactly.
He wanted her money. That's 100% it. Avery wanted the money.
It's just like, you know, Avery is such a bad person, but there's like the one, like, he's someone who loves, right? So to see the woman, like, you ever think about what could have been? Yeah. And I'm like, that's so sad, because these are both broken, sad people.
George Bush
sad, broken George.
But then he wouldn't have had as much money as he does.
Yeah.
The other important thing about this little meeting with them, and I'm disappointed in Mama Cable for this.
Oh, because she told Avery.
Liz Tremaine has been calling.
Yep.
And she tells him everything, and I'm like,
about the bullet holes.
He hired Alec. I don't know that you should share this much.
Yeah.
She's overshare.
Yeah.
So Avery's immediately in like,
gotta take care of Liz Tremaine now.
Cut to Delroy's kitchen.
Jeez, it's like 8 in the morning. Delroy walks into his own restaurant, and there's Avery.
Has a key for it because he bought it.
He kills a turtle. He's making turtle soup, and obviously scare tactics threatening Delroy.
Excellent stage business.
Yes.
As he's slaughtering and butchering,
pulling guts
turtle.
out.
You know what this made me think of? The first time we met Tywin in Game of Thrones.
Oh, when he's cutting the deer
up.
He's
cutting the deer up.
That's a very good. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
So what I didn't expect to happen in that scene is that he's threatening Delroy about Liz.
And then Liz
walks in and calls him out on it, and Delroy leaves. And Liz just straight up challenges him. And he's like, Liz, don't do this. I've known you since you were young. We don't need to do
Liz, I don't give a shit, Avery.
And Liz is like, psh, bullshit.
So Avery, like, at calling him out on everything, he's like, you got it all figured out, just gets angry, and it's like, wow, dude, you are definitely not giving her a reason to drop this.
Like, the whole time.
He's so threatened and so quick to anger, and I like it, because it's much the same that we had with Gordon, and if he didn't get this way, I think it was too erratic to have killed Gordon, but this makes sense.
They're getting too close.
You can tell he's starting to crack.
Yes.
He is very afraid. That's what made him crack to Gordon and kill him.
And I really didn't think he'd go for Liz, because the moment Liz is gone, like, the cops are already figuring this stuff out. If Liz is killed next, it's like, Avery, come on. You're, like, 100% most likely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess we can skip to this part because it's still talking about Liz, but Avery does send men to kill Liz.
Yes.
Well, two masked men.
He doesn't send men to kill
not to kill,
Liz.
Before that happens, Avery says all that to her, and he's leaving. And Liz says, was a time around here that a Sunderland would snap their fingers and people would do whatever they want. But that time's past, Avery.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my dad.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
God, I love Liz.
And then he's like, you enjoy the soup now? I'm like, nah, toss it.
Oh, yeah, and he says the line real quick. He says, like, do you, like, if I was this bad person that you think I am, do you think I'd let some bar trash ruin me? And I'm like, you did not just talk about Liz that way.
Yeah,
no, sir.
No, yeah, and this also was all triggered by the bullet holes thing being brought back around by her girlfriend. That did finally come back around this episode, and that's what's happening in the investigation into Alex now very likely murder.
Yes. So now
to the cops.
Mama Cable has to go investigate about a guy named Remy who apparently was on the swamp.
He was the only other boat that the harbor master saw go out that night.
Yeah, so she goes to talk to this guy Remy who saw maybe what happened with Alec, right?
Yeah.
And he says he says to Mama Cable, "Hey, maybe I saw your son Matt on Avery's boat."
Not maybe. He says it wouldn't be too good for your son Matt.
Yeah.
If I talk.
And that's when she's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't even think he knew I was there. And at first I thought maybe he's playing her off as a threat because he was hired by Avery.
Yes.
But then Mama Cable shoots him
5 times.
Five
well,
times.
First he grabs a gun and he's like pointing at it for
He's threatened.
Yeah.
He's threatened that she's challenging him.
Yeah.
And he's saying it'll take $50,000 for me to talk. And she's trying to warm up to him on that, but while she's faking that, she shoots him. Because she 100% believes that Matt is in on this, and she will not let her son go down.
Yes. Nope. So, which is very interesting.
And she's so defeated about it, too, but she did it.
Yeah. The damage is done now. But, like, up until now, Matt has been, he's a good person. He's a on the good side of characters. So this, as soon as that happened, I'm like, holy shit, did Matt kill Alec?
And this is the first time I've had a shotgun hole blown into my idea that Avery was the one who did it himself.
It makes me
think... it does show that outside of Gordon, Avery hires people to do his dirty work for him because we see it.
Yes. So yeah, man, if Matt is involved... Which, oh man,
seems like it.
Tying into Alan Moore's comic, like, this is some crazy bullshit going on with this whole town. I'm like, if this is all somehow connected, and at the end of the day, it's Anton and Kane who's pulling these strings, or Swamp Thing's there to help, Abby with this threat from her past, who is Anton and Kane.
We'll get there.
Yeah, it's just like, it's weaving such a beautiful, and again, last episode was a little slow, but this is the episode where I'm like, man, if they needed that episode to get this episode, hell yeah, baby.
Like
everything.
They're making great beats in this episode.
So much happened.
And one of the best beats I want to say, oh crap, what was it? It was
You got it, baby. You got it.
The scene with Abby going to Susie.
Yeah.
So Abby is.
But before we go there, I just want to finish the Liz stuff.
Yeah.
So Liz, the last thing we get with Liz is way at the end of the episode. And Liz is
leaving
in the bar at Delroy's with the Blue Devil.
Yes, exactly.
And they have a conversation about, like, he's like, do you even like living here? Really? And it's a nice little... That's a nice friendship. I'm glad they get along and everything.
Yeah.
And so Liz goes out to her car, tires are slashed. She's threatened by these guys who are saying she needs to stop digging. And she's like, cool, because Avery's going to send goons after me. And then we thought she was in real danger. She kisses one of those guys' ass.
Yeah, she F's him up.
She beats the crap out of both of them.
Nope, one of them. And then Blue Devil comes out, and he gets in the middle of it, and then he gets whacked over the head with a crowbar.
Yeah.
And is bleeding out, and they run away because they're afraid they killed him.
Yeah, they said,
that's
oh my
where
god.
We're left at.
Yeah, like, oh my god, he's dead. Like,
because they weren't there. They weren't there to kill Liz. They were just there to scare her and maybe rough her up a little bit. It's unfortunately classic scare tactic by mobsters. Is like, oh, you know something we don't want to get out.
Gonna break your legs.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And if you talk, then you're dead. But if you don't talk, then we're cool.
Mm-hmm. And that proves where Avery's at on everything. 100%.
Yeah.
As if she had a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. So jumping to the Abby story of this whole thing, as we said, Shawna has possessed Susie.
Yes.
And Susie makes a call out to Abby, who was at the hospital studying Swamp Thing's DNA. And who comes in but Woodrue?
He sneaks in again as she's doing research. He's like, yo, what's that you got there, Abby? Like, come on, what'd you do, even knock, you creep?
And Woodrue is now very caught on to what this might be,
Yeah.
and that it comes from something related to Alec Holland, which threatens him because Alec Holland, he knows, was studying what he did in the swamp for Avery.
Yeah.
And then he goes and he wants to investigate Alec Holland stuff because he's convinced after this point.
Yeah. And he just goes there with some dude he hires.
We'll get back on that later. Mm-hmm. So Abby, meanwhile, gets a call from Susie, so she goes to the house, and Maria's already talking to her differently than we expected. Because she's talking...
she's waiting for you upstairs. Like, who? I forget the exact line.
You know how she is.
You know how she is. Like,
who?
What?
100%. It's Shawna and Susie. And for the first time, I didn't much care for Abby a little bit in this scene because there were some clear signs of like, yo girl, pay attention.
Yeah.
And she ignores them. It did go on
for a little bit where I'm like, are you really not understanding what's happening here, Abby?
Yeah. Like, there were times where it was like clear, like, that's Shawna. You should know. And then, of course, if she's like, oh, no, that's not Shawna. It's like, you know, a walking plant dude. And we assume in this universe, there's a dude in a blue suit who flies around with a red cape.
But she doesn't know that.
I could forgive... Also, Susie's excellent in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
I could forgive everything up to the point where Shawna's spirit appears to her. And then I'm like, Abby, come on. Abby, come on. You can't go down to Maria and be like, did you put all that stuff in Susie's head? Abby.
To be fair, again, like, she has been seeing visions before.
She has been seeing visions.
So, like... Again, like I was talking to you during the episode, like, she has encountered swamp monsters, but Ghost is still another level.
It just wasn't quite the level of tactic after that sequence that I think she should have had for how intelligent she is.
No, yeah.
But that being said, that sequence where Shawna's spirit appears to her and a fucking, like, eel fish comes out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And she's drowning in the window and she's screaming at it, like, lighting in a very Evil Dead way.
That was super cool.
Better than everything they did with Raven and Titans on this streaming service.
This show is barely about possession, and it's so much better than all of Titans.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
Calling you out, Titans.
Yeah, we are. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you deserve to be challenged. Your Raven stuff was the weakest part of the show. Boom.
And it's all about her.
Don't at me.
Yeah. Sorry.
I dropped the mic for you. Hope you don't
mind.
Thanks,
I appreciate it. So, so Abby's just totally upset and put off. Maria wants her out of there, and that's when we get Shawna through Susie being like, I can't stay in Susie forever. You need to come and join me in the water.
Yeah. The swamp is calling me.
Yeah, the swamp is calling me.
The water's calling me, yeah.
The second any spirit says we can be together forever over here, I'm like, no,
she wants a soul.
Don't bad.
She wants a soul.
It's like giant red flags.
As a bunch of people who just literally marathon all the Conjuring movies, she wants a soul.
Yeah. And for some reason that we are not let in on, Xanadu has caught on and shows up. Yeah. And I'm willing to forgive it. But, like, Xanadu, we don't know what triggered her to do this. But she's like, whoa, I know what's happening. And, like,
she's got crazy psychic stuff going on.
Yeah, she's a mystic. I'm fine with her.
I get it. I just question why she wasn't more aware of it prior to this moment.
Yeah.
Or suspicious of it because of the encounter she had with Maria episodes earlier when we said, I think Maria walked out of there slightly touched with Shawna's spirit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But... it's fine. Xanadu shows up and she informs Abby, like, we gotta go deal with this. She's in danger. And sure enough, Maria and Susie are driving out. So Abby and Xanadu both hop in the car and off they go to interfere. And on the way, that's when we get conversation about how Xanadu was... Abby's impression of Xanadu is that she wasn't really doing anything to help her real mother.
Yep.
With some shit.
Yes. Yeah. And... from the comics, her mother dealt with rot shit, and her mother died because of rot stuff and Enter and Arcane stuff. So that's more juicy, scary stuff for the future and her past. So I'm like, God, all the setup, baby. It's all there. It's all good.
It's all there. So sure enough, she she gets to the swamp. By that point, Maria has already seen Shawna, where Shawna died. Where Shawna whatevered. And Maria sees Shawna's spirit and she goes out to her in the water. And the moment that starts to happen, Shawna lets go of Susie, and Susie runs up the bank,
which is fine.
It's funny and smart.
I love it because we can see Maria going to Shawna, like Shawna's on the water, like, come to me, Mom, come to me, and she's like, oh, my darling baby girl. Susie in the background, we could clearly see her, just gets up, looks around, and is kind of like, nope, runs away.
Poor Susie is having a rough couple weeks.
Oh, I feel so bad for that girl.
Hey, at least she's still alive. Like, that's something, right? But, like, she runs up the bank, and then that's when Abby gets there, and she's like, hey, Maria's going into the water, and there's, like, ghost shit happening. I need help. I'm really scared.
Yeah. So Abby goes down to save Maria's life, and in order to stop her from walking further into the water, she apologizes to her because she takes responsibility for killing Shawna.
Yeah, she's like, I killed Shawna.
And that gets Maria to turn on her, and she's like, I don't want you to be sorry, I want you to be dead.
Yeah.
And tries to drown her. And in the midst, Abby gets away, but Shawna leaps out of the water and takes Maria down.
Yep.
For a while. And Abby's looking for her, but can't find her. And who saves Maria?
Swamp Thing!
Swamp Thing!
Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
And Abby's
comes
questioning...
out of the water, yeah.
And Abby's questioning how he possibly knew to get there, and he's like, I saw you in
the water.
pain in this place. And she's like, you couldn't have seen that. Shawna died 14 years ago. He touches the trees.
Memories.
Connects Abby to a memory from the trees. And then we travel back fully to the memory of when Shawna died.
And real quick, that signifies just how powerful Swamp Thing is. He can look into the memories of the tree 14 years ago and establish stuff in the future. That's like Dr. Manhattan level powerful. Like they are not shying away from his power set, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Because he's still an amateur, so he's not like a god about it. But he has these abilities. And like, man, if this had more, again, it's canceled. If this had more seasons, they can do some truly crazy stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I was... I'm not gonna lie, I was... the second Fam Stranger said it's all connected to the green, feel the trees, I was like, Parliament? Please? We're probably not gonna get that.
No,
but
we talked about it, Ben. Like in the 3 episodes that were cut, they were constructing a set that had trees with faces all over them.
That was the Parliament.
So so like the Parliament.
I'm holding out hope that we are gonna get it, but we're not gonna get it.
Yeah, no, it's
anyways,
dead.
going to this episode, I love the scene of the flashback scene. We're back in time. Shawna's alive. There's like this town teenage ritual that if you go to this bridge, you have to jump off of it and swim for some stupid reason.
They graduate in 2 days. They're both like you happy teenagers.
It's teenager stuff. It makes sense.
It's teenager stuff. But the cool thing is that we think because Abby pushes Shawna as like a joke.
And then did you guys think that's how she dies?
Yes,
that's how.
Yeah,
I was because the whole thing was like the whole time I'm like I'm sure Abby's being too hard on herself.
Yeah.
And then she shoves her and I'm like, oh damn, maybe she did do this.
Yes, and
like maybe unintentionally, but she did it.
She did it,
and that's the moment I was like, oh, Abby.
She's yelling for Shawna. She's like, Shawna, come on, get, where are you? She's like yelling for her. Jumps off and she comes up fine. And
the next thing that I thought after that is that she was going to leap off as she was going to leap, and she was going to land on her.
Oh.
And that's how she was going to kill her.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the next thing was going to be.
Rough.
But then that's still not it. Shawna emerges out of the water after Abby's leapt down.
It was a prank.
And something pulls her down into the water, which Abby sees clearly.
Yeah.
And something takes her completely away. And now Ryan and I think, are both on the same page of thinking what this is. This is Anton Arcane.
Yeah.
This is Anton Arcane having done this all these years ago to not only have brought Abby back to this point, but to have made her carry this for all these years as a form of torment.
Yes. Because as again, like, not that this is tied to the Conjuring universe, but like evil spirits, like they latch onto negative energy.
Gary Dauberman's part of this, so
you're right, Gary. The creative
Gary Dauberman.
Is this the first time we noticed his name in the credits?
Yes, because a week ago we didn't watch all the Conjuring.
No, we weren't thinking about it, but Gary Dauberman, who's responsible for Annabelle Creation, The Nun, and Annabelle Comes Home as a writer and director of Annabelle Comes Home, is involved. And so it totally makes sense. And it made me go back to when we were talking about earlier, the Phantom Stranger says this one thing, a darkness is returning, a threat to your friend. And the implication is it's Shawna. But it might not be. It might be Anton Arcane.
Yeah.
The Rock!
Yeah, and I definitely think, I'm still not convinced Shawna is actually it's Shawna. I think there's an evil spirit that's
something is twisted.
Very
so
Conjuring.
Xanadu says that it is.
Okay.
But her spirit has been twisted by something.
Could be corrupted.
So it could be Shawna, but corrupted. Yeah. But that's what Xanadu... And Xanadu could also be wrong, but that's what Xanadu says in this episode, so I'm going to go with what Xanadu said. Which is that it is Shawna, but she's been twisted by something.
Or it could just be Anton Arcane fucking with people, who knows?
It could be all of us,
But for now, I'm going with what Xanadu said. Because Xanadu, as far as we have, is the expert.
Because they're not leaning super hard on the Anton stuff yet, but like it seems that direction they're going, which again, they're not overdoing it.
Well, it was just the last episode where we got a vision about him. So.
Oh, it was only the last episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow, yeah.
We're heading there.
Yeah. So then, of course, we get Avery busting into the hospital.
Before that, Swamp Thing pulls away because Matt comes down to check on Abby and Maria, and he puts his jacket around her, and Swamp Thing's watching, and I'm like, man, Swamp Thing is visibly unhappy to see Matt, and I don't think it's just because he has a crush on Abby.
I think
he on some level feels something bad about Matt, and now knowing what we know, I think Swamp Thing's going to touch those trees, and he's going to see the memory of the night he died, and it's Matt.
That's so sad.
That would break my heart.
Yeah,
because I liked Matt throughout the whole series, the whole season so far.
He's like one of the only actually nice dudes.
The second Rudy said it's not going to be good for your boy Matt, I'm like, oh.
This episode really pointed out how many people in this show are bad people. Yeah. Because we were on the side of the cables.
Both cables.
Yeah. And they're both bad.
Yeah.
Maria's dangerous. Yeah. Avery is bad. Yeah. Woodrue is getting worse.
Oh, Woodrue.
We're getting there now.
That's what I was gonna mention. Was Avery shows up.
But before we go there, before Woodrue gets there, Woodrue went to Alex's place, because we didn't touch on that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Woodrue did go to Alex's place.
And he sees giant footprints.
He found all these footprints, and he went over to where we saw the rot body before, and he finds one of the footprints with a piece of the exact same DNA that Abby's had, and he looks at it, and he discovers what he tells Avery at the end. He shows up as Avery's on his way to see Maria in the hospital after she's been drowned, and Avery's like, I gotta get to her, and Woodrue's like, this is serious now. And so Woodrue tells him that whatever it is came from a living thing, and they need to find it so he can study it.
He wants that thing on a slab to
study. You want me to do your project, we have to study it on a slab.
And baby, that is the anatomy lesson.
Yeah. That is Floronic Man.
Yeah. This is the most perfect setup for an adaptation ever, man.
So Maria is watching Avery hand Woodrue money for this, and Maria is not happy right now.
Nope. Because that's her money.
And Avery did that before even coming to check on her.
Yep.
And she's not in Shawna's spell anymore, I imagine. Yeah. She's back to hardlining, I know what's going on, Avery.
Yeah. And that's how
we're in a place.
Yeah. That's the episode ends right there.
The episode ends with Avery not literally, but
in the hallway.
In a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Because he was rushing to his wife, and Woodrue's being Woodrue, like, screw her. I got some really important shit I need to tell you. Yeah. And he's like, dude, my wife just died. And he's like, no, living creature. I need to study. And he's like, fine, here you go.
My wife almost died.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say a line something about the future, or something big and grandiose, this is the future of something or something? Woodrue?
Probably.
No? Okay, maybe not.
Probably.
Just if you want me to go forward with my project. But something I was thinking about is when he was talking to Abby, he was trying to convince her to give him more information rather than locking that DNA sample up to the CDC, which is what she says she's doing.
Yeah.
Which isn't what she's doing, but what she says she's doing. Because he's like, well, this could cure so many genetic diseases.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, check back to the last episode. You just said you don't care about the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, I really am enjoying Woodrue. I'm a little bummed we haven't seen his wife for a while.
Oh, yeah. It's been in, 2 episodes?
It's hard to keep us, caring and related to that if you're not bringing her back around. So I'm a little bummed we're not seeing her come back around. I hope we see her in the next episode.
Yeah. See, it's funny, every time we say something like that, we get exactly what we want, so I would not be surprised if they're the focus.
The next episode's entirely about her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try and guess that the next episode, Alec is going to, Swamp Thing is going to look in the trees to see where he got shot, and it's going to be Matt. Yes. And then the episode ends with Woodrue capturing him. And then the next episode is going to end with the rise of the Floronic Man.
That's not bad. I don't know that we'll get to the Floronic Man.
Yeah, we have 5. I think they're going to drag Floronic Man out a little bit more. I don't think we're going to get him super fast like we got Swamp Thing fast. I think we're going to build Woodrue out to him turn into the... I think we're going to lose his wife first, honestly.
I agree. I agree completely.
I think he's going to have to go mad.
However, there is another big thing that I absolutely believe will have to happen next episode.
What's that? Somebody
got hit with a crowbar right at the end of that episode and is bleeding out. Oh. Something's going to have to happen with him because he's not going to die.
Yeah.
No.
So somebody's getting Blue Deviled up.
Yeah.
We could see the Blue Devil in full costume.
I wonder if his pact keeps him from dying.
We're going to have to find out because he doesn't at the moment have regenerative things.
Nope.
Unless it's because it's not coming from that deal. He does.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see what happens there and how people react to it because he's going to make a pretty fast recovery, I imagine.
I figured this episode was going to end with him being transported to the hospital with Liz, and then Avery is there at the hospital with them. Unless that's how the next episode starts.
Oh boy! Oh man!
That's how the episode starts.
If that had been in the opposite room,
that's what I'm saying.
From Maria's room, and he's just standing in the middle of that would have been.
That's what I thought it was going to be with Daniel Blue Devil in the hospital and Liz being there.
Missed opportunity on that.
That might be how the next episode starts, though. You know,
probably.
We got to bring Daniel to the hospital.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Man, what a good episode! So much
happened.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Incredible.
Damn it, DC
I love this show.
Universe.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got something tattooed on me that I'm like truly in love with. It's so nice.
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
great.
I'm just grateful that everybody involved with this was killing this show.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah, and
Crystal Reed is fantastic in this episode.
I think we should give also Derek Mears for doing like a full prosthetic body suit. Like, justice.
he's wonderful.
Swamp Thing's great.
He's wonderful, and he's wearing those contact lenses like they don't hurt him at all.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Matt Cable's mom was awesome in this one.
Jennifer Lewis.
The amount of emotion she had to go through with the killing of Remy scene was awesome.
That was good. Yeah.
She was stone cold after. Now, I mean, you can get over with the shotgun to the face and it, but that execution style, like bullet to the head, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah, self-defense. I can give her self-defense because she doesn't want to get shot. Sure. But doing the move of putting up the thing so the blood doesn't splatter as you execute
she was killing him to protect her son. 100%.
Yeah, that's cold-blooded. Like, oh, you crossed the line.
That was execution.
Mama Cable, no.
I think Kevin Durand is killing it still with developing Woodrue.
Yeah.
Woodrue is excellent.
He is so slimy in the best way.
Yeah.
Like, in the best swampy way, man.
Those are the sprinklers.
And like, his priorities are very clear, and they're always present of why he's making decisions.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, the line that I'm thinking of, it wasn't anything grandiose, but it was a line of, like, if you want to fund this thing, we need to do it now, or something like that. Like, his immediacy and, like, how much, like, I don't care if your wife almost died. This is more important. This is about the future of us.
He doesn't care about things that aren't related to his science or his wife.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
He has, like, this weird affectation with his voice that I really like.
Me
it's
too.
like, it's such a unique performance. I'm like, man, this guy really is, like, a chameleon character.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good.
Just that the scene in the kitchen with Avery and the
Delroy?
Delroy, thank you.
And Liz, yeah.
Just him, just like making, like, oh, I was in the mood for turtle soup,
ripping out the intestines.
Oh, it's a power move.
Yeah,
it's a total power move.
Yeah.
And then when Liz and then he's like, taste it. No, okay, taste it. I'm thinking, did you poison that? I feel like you poisoned.
Also,
that.
you only cooked it for like 30 seconds, Avery. Come on.
Yeah. But then when Liz shows up, I was like, hey, you got something to say? Just say it to my face.
You talking about
me? He was doing the taste it to Delroy till Liz walked in.
Yeah. Taste it, Delroy.
Yeah.
It's like, once again, it's a freaking power move. He's like trying to like, oh no, you owe me for this.
And
I own this land. I own this bar. I just let you run it because I'm cool like that.
It's impressive that he's not threatened by Delroy, but he is threatened by Liz.
Yeah.
Liz worries
because Liz actually has like a voice that people listen to.
Yeah, Liz worries him. Liz could turn them around on him, and he knows it.
Yeah. And I'm very curious after the beat up attempt on Liz at the bar. What's she gonna do? Because she's not gonna take that. She's gonna go right for Avery.
She's gotta get evidence.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're working on it.
Yeah. Oh man.
But this is gonna be hard because she's now getting in Mama Cable's crosshairs.
Yeah,
because she's getting closer to Matt.
Yep. Oh, this is gonna be such a juicy. Oh man, Matt's gonna do like a nice betrayal, isn't he? Oh, it's gonna be a good betrayal.
Probably.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
It's gonna be a pretty good anime betrayal.
I'll tell you, this episode made me 100% feel this way. I'm gonna be really sad if this season we don't get to see Sunderland get his comeuppance from Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I want that moment.
The anatomy lesson, which like this comic is like a lot as loosely based on, which they're leading up to the actual like moment of the comic. Swamp Thing kills Sunderland at the very end, in like a really beautiful poetic way.
Set loose on him by the Floronic Man.
Yes. So like, man, it's gonna be. Oh man, I'm just really curious how they end it.
This might be going a little too on the nose, but what if one of the episodes is called the anatomy lesson?
Oh, I 100% wouldn't be surprised if they did it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a finale. It's like for real, like.
Oh, that'd be so great. That would be so great.
Again, it is worth wondering, like, what are we not getting because of those last few episodes that we know we don't have, and where
I just looked it up to verify, but like they did like retool the 10th episode to make it a finale.
Yeah.
So like whatever those last 3 episodes were truncated into this final episode. So we'll see if it's a.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that all those things we're going to see.
No, of course, yeah. I just hope it's good closure for what we get.
So like
what we have.
It's entirely possible that we still won't be able to see the Sunderland scene. Like I don't think they'd rush it. I think they will make it feel like the show had an ending.
Yes.
But I don't for the season, not necessarily a series, but for the season.
Yeah.
But I don't think that if they weren't planning to kill Sunderland to the last episode, I don't think they'll rush into doing that in episode 10.
Yeah.
If they weren't giving us the Floronic Man by episode 10, I don't think they'll rush to do it either.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm hoping that we do see enough of these things. It just is such a just awful crying shame about this show, and maybe there's still a chance if voices are loud enough that the show could turn around. If
didn't work for Dead the Class, but
it didn't. But all we can do is say, hey, this is incredible. We support it, and keep saying like, we'd love to see more of this, whatever form that may be. We want more of this because this is how you do Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
this is it exactly.
It really is.
This is the team you want doing it. This is the cast. This is killer, and you should keep it up. Yeah. Hopefully something can happen with that. We'll see.
Yeah, and we are halfway through, so like any worries of quality are completely gone.
Yeah.
If the worst episode is a Monster of the Week bottle episode that's still pretty good, this show is going to be remembered forever.
I know our very first and also our last one was Game of Thrones. This feels like a reverse Game of Thrones situation, whereas as the season went on, we got more and more worried.
So did the world.
Yeah, so did the world.
Yeah.
But with Swamp Thing, as we continue to watch Swamp Thing, it just
keeps getting better and better.
The show just gets better and better. Yeah, last week's episode was a little lull, but it wasn't horrible.
It was just slower.
Yeah, we didn't turn it off and go, oh god, that episode was terrible. We were like, that was still a really good episode. Monster of the Week-ish for us, but it's fine. Sometimes you need a break and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This episode tonight was just like, hey, you know, it was like the showrunners and producers were like, hey, comic book fans, we know what you want. Here's everything.
Not every episode can be this packed.
Yeah.
Because it would overwhelm your audience.
Yeah.
So, if we had to have a slower episode last week to get this monster-packed episode.
This was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, just like, man, Phantom Stranger, I never thought... it's the craziest thing to think, we have Phantom Stranger but before we have our next Batman.
Your
it's so crazy.
Phantom Stranger freak out was great.
It's truly, it's not something I'd ever thought I'd see in my life. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
No,
it's amazing.
Phantom Stranger is one of those characters I know by name only. And
he's man, you think Swamp Thing is obscure. Phantom Stranger is just as obscure. Hell yeah.
And when you say Phantom Stranger, I know the Phantom Stranger is different, but I keep seeing the question.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah, we can blame the New 52 for that one.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, yeah.
They're part of the Trinity.
They are. Yeah. And, don't read the New 52.
Real quick, guys, the question is a dude. He's a man who solves crimes. He's not a god. New 52, I hate you. That's all.
Also, Renee Montoya used to be the question. She was married to Kate Kane, a.k.a. Batwoman. Just saying. That was great.
Hey, that's good. Yeah.
Also, Just League Unlimited has a great question. Just saying. I like the question in that show. Okay,
okay.
Great.
So we kind of be beating a dead horse to say that this show is excellent. You should still be watching it. If you are watching this episode, I imagine you're still watching the show.
Yeah,
thank you.
Keep watching the show.
Yes.
I don't think you get this far and quit. I am aware that there are people out there who decided, even though they have the DC streaming service, not to continue to watch Swamp Thing once it was canceled.
It's not fair to the people who made it.
Which is ridiculously stupid. Please don't be like that.
Real quick, shout out to my friend Emily, who I saw on her Facebook thing. She said she really loves Swamp Thing. I'm just glad you like it. Talk to me more about Swamp Thing.
Thanks, Emily. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Everybody, please, if you're watching this, keep watching it. Share the hashtag. Keep the buzz around, because Swamp Thing is too special to go unacknowledged.
It's really... It's like... If you told me this were a lower budget HBO show, I would believe you. I would 100% believe you. This show is such quality. I almost can't believe it's the same service as the guys who made Titans. I almost can't believe it.
Yeah,
because the quality level on
is it really?
It's not the same creative team, but I mean it's the same. It's a DC.
It's on the same.
Service.
Yeah, the same service, and there's such a gap there.
That show looked rather cheap at points. This show is the opposite of cheap.
So
it is quality nonstop.
There's a gap between the quality of Titans and the CW DC shows. There is that same gap between that show and this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just find it I don't find it hilarious. I just find it warms my heart a little bit, because I'm glad to be in one of those niches of comic book fans who knew about Swamp Thing. Yes, it was a newer run, Scott Snyder, New 52, but I knew of Swamp Thing.
That's still it's still an obscure character that got launched.
Even the Doom Patrol, I knew of the Doom Patrol thanks to the later episodes of the original Teen Titans. They had the Doom Patrol, and then they popped up every once in a while in the comics, which was like, cool, Doom Patrol. Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol, two super niche, low bar characters in the DC universe, have the better shows than the one that was trying to get everyone.
The one that has Batman in it.
Yes, the one with Batman and Titans, the one that everyone should know of and wants to watch, is on the low end of the spectrum. Everyone's like, Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, here, Titans, here. Yeah. Granted, I can't say personally, that's just what I'm hearing. I haven't seen Titans, but judging from what you guys are saying, the show's still good.
It's just my thing.
It's like here and here.
We just talked about it before, like Titans is getting a second season, where Swamp Thing is not arguably it is better, and it's dead on arrival. It's just a bummer. We've said it every single episode, but it's hard not to when the show was canceled when you started it.
Which it sucks. The second we watched episode 1, the day we watched bless you.
Thank you.
The day we watched episode 1, we got the news that Swamp Thing was for sure canceled.
Stupid.
Which sucked. It's horrible.
Awful.
And we're broken records here, but use the hashtag Save Swamp Thing.
Yeah. So
use the
yes,
hashtag
indeed.
Save Swamp
So
Thing. God.
that'll do it for today.
Yeah, baby.
We'll see you next week in the swamp 100% because we're super stoked about the show. Hashtag Save Swamp Thing. We are members of the Fake Nerd Podcast.
That's us.
And that's us here on this YouTube channel. You can check out our audio episodes. Just this week we have coming out a discussion of the Conjuring universe that we all recently went back through. And
Watched
then
all of
our
them.
review special of Annabelle Comes Home.
The newest one.
And those are
Spoilers.
excellent.
She came home.
And they're coming out this week, so check those out. We also have Basement Arcade from these lovely fellows as they're playing through Shadow of the Colossus, amongst many other things that we're dropping in the near future. So keep up, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Ring the bell so you get notified when new episodes of Basement Arcade come on.
Yeah.
baby.
I have been Sparkz Witty. You can find me at Sparkz Witty on Instagram, SPARKZ Witty.
I'm Bayou Billy. You can find me at the Swamps with a Z.
Ryan, man.
I'm DJ Tony Snark. Just type that in everywhere. That's my logo and that's my name for everything.
I swear, I was going to say, you can find me in the swamp, but you beat me to it.
Sorry.
You son of a bitch.
You can find him in the bayou.
No, well, yeah, you could find me. No, you can't.
You're so green.
Oh, damn dog.
That's my favorite color, too. You can find me on the internet at BedMagnet27 on both Instagram and Twitter.
Yep. And that'll do it for this week, so keep watching Swamp Thing. Keep telling more people about Swamp Thing.
Yes,
if you like it, do that.
If you know people who have the DC universe, who have the service, and are not watching Swamp Thing, bug them.
Yeah.
Tell
also,
them to watch it.
go to your local comic book show and support your favorite comic books.
Yes, do
Buy
that.
comic books. They're great.
Yes. Like, read this one.
Swamp Thing! There's
Find
not a current book out because nobody reads Swamp Thing.
100%.
The trades are out.
So check all this out. Have a great night. Stay fake nerds.
I love you.
Hashtag Save Swamp Thing.